Andy Johnson, Minnesota State University, Mankato. This is part 8 in our series of on mental health issues for children and adolescents. We are going to look at the healthy side of mental health today. First of all, two early pioneers in humanistic psychology were Abraham Maslow and Carl Rogers. Instead of studying sick people to see why they were sick, they studied healthy people to see why they were healthy. And again, humanistic psychology, they were pioneers of it, began to emerge in the 1950s as a response to the psychoanalytical and behaviorist models of human behavior. Psychoanalytical said that humans are driven by their unconscious. Behavioral said that humans merely are organisms responding to stimuli, external stimuli. They posited that humans have this natural tendency towards psychological growth and emotional health as well. Humans have an innate desire to learn and achieve their full potential. From their perspective, then, the purpose of education is to cultivate this natural desire, to cultivate students' natural tendencies so they can realize their full potential. Maslow describes healthy people as self-actualizing people. Self-actualization is coming to know and understand all parts of self, but also realizing one's full potential in a variety of different dimensions, socially, emotionally, intellectually, physically, cognitively. Maslow identified 15 traits or characteristics of self-actualizing people. Clear perception of reality perceived apart from biases, prejudice, stereotypes, preconceived ideas. Perceive each individual and experience objectively as possible as it is. Accepts self and other people. Have come to accept and learn to accept all parts of self, both their strengths and weaknesses. Continually try to improve, yes, but they do not spend a lot of time feeling guilt or shame or regret on some aspect of their being or past actions. They recognize that humans have imperfection. They learn to accept themselves and thus are able to accept other people. Number 3, spontaneous. They live in the moment. And like children, they respond, they react in accordance with their true nature. They don't feel they need to play a role to be something they're not. They have honest emotions that allow us to see them. Number 4, focus on problems outside themselves. They are committed to some cause greater than them, some sense of mission that absorbs their energy. Number 5, there's a need for privacy and solitudes at times, for self-reflection, to access their inner core, for continued guidance and renewal. Number 6, autonomous functioning. They are not emotionally dependent on other people. They don't need to rely on other people for their happiness or need for their approval. What they think of something is infinitely more important than what other people think of them. Thus, they're able to make their decisions based on their own values. Number 7, they're able to appreciate certain experiences no matter how often they are repeated, and they continue to be thankful and appreciative for what they have and are able to experience. Number 8, mystical or peak experience. Mahai Csikszentmihalyi described this as the flow experience, an experience of profound love, happiness, and harmony. It could be related to a mystical or religious experience, but it also occurs when one is functioning at his or her highest. Athletes and musicians, after years of experience, report having these where time becomes distorted, where they are completely absorbed in their tasks, and where they perceive experiences holistically. Number 9, interested in giving back to society and helping people. Number 10, they are capable of stronger relationships than other people are. They tend to be more intense and fewer in number than non-actualizing people. They are capable of greater love, deeper friendship, more complete identification with other individuals. And number 11, egalitarian values. They believe in the equality and dignity of all people, regardless of social class, level of education, ability, political or religious affiliation, race, color, or sexual orientation. Number 12, a strong ethical sense, well-defined moral standards which are used to guide them. However, these standards may not be conventional. That's because they rely more on themselves than social convention or custom to determine what is right or wrong. Number 13, their humor tends not to be cutting or demeaning to others or hostile. Rather, it's spontaneous, playful, conceptual, and philosophical. And their humor is not always recognized by others as being humorous. Creativity, creativeness, is original, inventive, or innovative thinking. Not necessarily related to the arts, but it can be. But it means they're able to play with ideas, to step outside the boundaries of perceived expectations. Able to think in new and innovative ways. They are not constricted by what is or what was. They're able to solve problems or create products and performances that are totally original, totally unique. And the last one, resistance to enculturation. They're able to resist social pressures to think and act a certain way. They're not guided by convention or tradition. Instead, they're guided by their own tastes, standards, and ideas. Right? These are 15 traits of self-actualizing people that Maslow discovered. So what you say? We will see in the next video that you can develop these in your students by first developing and cultivating them in yourselves, and then I'll show you 2 other ways to help develop these traits of self-actualization in your schools and classrooms.